So again, please go to File and New, and just, write your name, the Practice Illustrator, Practice 5. And you can just create one artboard for this project. And then please, make the, landscape view of the orientation. And then just to leave the bleed like, 0.20, 25 inch for each side, and hit create. So now we're gonna,
How many artboards do I need?
oh, just one. You will need just one. Yeah. So now let's make this a straight view. So, when you draw like the perspective view drawing without guideline, it will be really hard. But luckily, the Adobe Illustrator provides the perfect perspective guideline. So so there are two ways. So let me just, show you to draw something on the perspective view, but, you can just watch now. You don't need to follow this now. So the first way is I'm gonna just open the perspective guide view, open the view, and then perspective guide grid here, and then I'm gonna click the 1-point perspective like this. See? So on this guide, I can draw anything automatically. So it's gonna be automatically, fixed in this perspective view. So let me just show you as an example. So I draw something here, right? I just, click the rectangle tool here, and then I just drag it, but no, it's not draw like regularly. It just, draw on the, grid line. Looks interesting, right? Just to add the color so you can see it easily like this. So when you draw something on the grid line, you have to, click this size. So let's see this, tiny circle with the cube. So now the blue, there is a color on the blue on the left side of the cube. That means this part is active now. To change the size, then you have to change the tool to this. Probably yours looks like this perspective grid tool. When you click this tool a little bit longer, then you will see perspective selection tool. Then you can change the side. Now I can draw something on the bottom like this. If I draw anything, then it looks like different, right? I cannot draw anything on the left side because the bottom side is selected. And also, you can draw something like this, 2-point perspective, and then also you can draw like a 3-point. Let me just. You can draw 3-point perspective with this guide. So basically, you can draw something on the grid line, but I prefer to draw something on the regular part, just a regular artboard, and then apply it on the grid guide. So now I'm gonna draw this, basic building. So I can just copy and paste on the grid guideline. So now you can just follow me. So I'm gonna draw a building, rectangle size like this. So maybe you can just choose any color. And then I will draw the window in random. So I don't want the stroke. So I just turn off the stroke. And then I will just add a little bit more window here. And to make it better, I want to make a beautiful gradient color for the building background. So double click the gradient tool. And then I will change the color like purple and the dark brown. And I want to make the top part brown and the bottom part purple. Like this. And then some of the window, for the some of the window, I want to change the color like yellow. And when you see this example, you can see it's just slightly, glow, right? So I want to make that effect. To do that, click the window you want to make glow, and then go to Effect, and go to Stylize, and click Outer Glow. So probably your color is not yellow, so you can just double click this color section and then change the color. It can be white or pink, whatever you want to make the glow color. So I just, selected the yellow color to make a natural glow of the window and then hit OK. And I'm gonna make this with the same effect. Go to Effect and Stylize and Outer Glow, like that. Looks easy. So now I'm gonna open the perspective guide. So go to View and go to Perspective Grid and 1-point perspective. And please click this 1P normal view. So let me just explain a little bit more function here. So you know what? With this selection tool, you cannot move anything here. So let me just make this building as a group to move easily. Command G to make it group. So see, even though this, the left side is activated, I cannot put this building on this perspective grid guide with this selection tool. So this perspective guide view requires you to use a different selection tool, which is this perspective selection tool. It's right underneath perspective grid tool. So, and the shortcut is Shift V. So now you can move this building on the left side, but I'm gonna just you know regulate this location of the building on the left side. So can you see a little dot underneath this left side? So when you move this, you can make it wider. So I think this here is perfect. So now I'm gonna copy and paste this building by holding holding Option key. So now, see, I can put this building like this. And I will copy it by holding Option key on my keyboard, and again, and again. When you hold the Shift key, you can put the building on the same bottom. So whenever you want to, adjust the size or form, then you have to select this perspective selection tool or Shift V to change the shape like this. If you select just a regular selection tool, you cannot change it at all. Like, on the perspective guide, see, it just shows the regular, the form, the regulation form. So it doesn't fit on the perspective grid.
Professor, how do you move the perspective grid? Because mine isn't on the artboard.
1 second. Do you mean how to move this part?
No, the entire perspective grid.
Entire perspective, you cannot move it. So you can just work on it, and then when you're done with the drawing everything on a grid line, then you can just move to the artboard.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna keep copying this building. Then I will change the height. Maybe there are too many buildings here. So I'm making random height here. So now I'm done with the left side. So now I will draw the right side. So I will move this left point to the right. And now I will copy this regular building I made. So move this building to the right. And then just to do the same process. Copy it and regulate the size or height. And again, copy it. All right. So I'm done with drawing. The buildings. It's pretty much simple, right? And then when we see the sample, oh, there is a, the crosswalk boxes. So so I'm gonna draw and let me just turn off this grid line first. So to turn off this grid line, you have to use this perspective selection tool, Shift V, and then hit this X button. Then it's just to turn off. So let me just draw some boxes. Let me make it a little bit longer.
Professor, I have a question.
Yep.
How do you change the perspective tool? Because mine's is faced in a different direction.
Okay.
Like you see how yours is faced like that direction, mine's is faced like as if like if you're standing in front of the building.
Am I too fast, everyone? So again, by creating a new layer, you can work like each layers, and then as you can see, I locked this background so I can just easily work these two layers without the selection of the background. All right. All right. And now let's just put the lovely deer. Let me just lock the background again and the buildings, because I don't need the building anymore. So I'm gonna create a new layer, and then I will put it on the top, and I will change the name by double clicking the layer. It's a deer. So there are two ways to draw a deer. So like, please place the deer image you downloaded from the where is it, from the model room, and then just make sure to embody the image. So there are two ways to draw the deer. So you can click this image and then click the object, and then lock the selection of the object, and then you can follow the path with the pen tool like we learned before, right? But this time I'm gonna show you a little trick to use an image like this. So let me just unlock the image. So click this image and then go to object and then go to image trace and make and extend. And now the image and the background is separated. So double click the background and just delete it. See, now you can just have a beautiful and perfect image here. So some of the image you don't need to draw everything. So now I'm gonna put this deer on the center. On the street like this. But I want to make the shadow just like this, simple, like this. To make the shadow, simply I just copy and paste and move it to down by dragging the top, scale button to the bottom. And then I just use the gradient tool, when I do the, the sun. So to make this shadow like a natural gradation, double click the gradient. And then let me just, so one of the sides should be the zero opacity to make it clear. So, and then it's gonna be naturally gone to the bottom like this. And I will make this shadow a little bit dimmer, like by regulating the whole opacity of the object. The opacity regulation is on the top panel. I'll make it a little bit lighter. See, it looks a natural shadow here. And now I will change this color. With the freedom gradient, I will use the dark color on the top. And then I'll make the pink color here. Oops, where is it? Pink and dark. Dark color again. And also, I want to make this deer glow. So select this deer and then go to Effect and go to Stylize and click Outer Glow. That's it. That's simple, right?